video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright, William, it's time for you and me's yearly discussion before the show starts. Right? I'm really glad you could join me this year, William, right?
When I set out and made it jumped in.
Oh, you're not William.
No, I'm not.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm really not. I'm really not.
Uh-oh. Is William still stuck in the mental health universe? Have we still not gone to rescue him?
I think you should. I think you should definitely rescue him, because every time I get out, I seem to get dragged in. I didn't think my plan of replacing William would be so super highly effective 4 years down the line, but here I am.
Boy.
I swear to God, I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, right? See, the best part is, right, when you replace William, for these things, right? Oh, by this Tariq, by the way, in case the audience doesn't figure out. Right?
Hey,
or in case this is their first video, right? There's a whole lot of lore.
To be fair, there's a lot of lore going on back there, and I have, thank God, been able to stay away from goddamn Sentai, because had to fucking pick up the torch and Dawn Brothers, and it almost broke me.
Thanks to the Facebook algorithm, you couldn't escape it, you were exposed to it,
right?
The
Boom Boogers really somehow slipped into the zeitgeist, and I kept fucking hearing about it, and I really hate that, because the fact that I know even a little bit about those fucking Air Jordan wearing motherfuckers with wheels on their faces, I wish I didn't.
Right, so Tariq, so you have been the William replacement, right, for Sentai, except for this year, wherever the fuck with one, where I was forced to do it by myself, and I had to suffer to myself, right, and so, hey, I wanted you to know, you keep replacing William on the wrong season,
okay, but see, here's the thing.
Right, because King Oger was good, right, I think King Oger is definitely one of the best Sentai seasons within the last 10 years so.
Wow, that's high praise. Did you mean the season where it's fucking green screen to goddamn death?
Yeah, ignoring that.
That.
It was good.
If you can just get past the fact that everything, people make a lot of complaints about the Marvel franchises being a bunch of like green screen bullshit. Nothing will make you appreciate the high quality stage work of the Marvel Cinematic Universe than stepping into one episode of goddamn King Oger.
That's the best part. 90% of every King Oger episode is green screen, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the series. I don't think we did one for Von Boonger last year because William got trapped in the mental health universe, and I did not want to deal with it, so I just ignored it. Right? I'm really glad I ignored it because I did not want to talk about Von Boonger, and I hate talking about Von Boonger right now within the show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is Hey, look. Next week, if I timed the upload of this correctly, hey, next week it's the 50th, not 50th, but it is the 50th Super Sentai season, number 1 Sentai Gozyuger.
How is it the 50th? If it's the number 1.
All right,
the 1 and 50 are two different numbers. That confuses me.
All right, Tariq. So hey, I fucking hate Super Sentai right now with this shit. All right, so so Gozyuger is advertised as the 50th anniversary of Sentai. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna obviously make you count every single Sentai season up until this, right? So you feel like, hey, it feels really fast that this is the 50th anniversary Sentai season, right? Because what is it? Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, right? The literal 45th anniversary aired 4 years ago, okay?
Yep.
And if you do math, right?
Yep, I can do
45 plus 4, does not equal 50, okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that is not, so because of that, Gozyuger is not the 50th Super Sentai season, okay? So you're probably thinking, all right, maybe they're doing something really arbitrary to get to this 50, okay? At this point, how do you think that Gozyuger is the 50th Super Sentai season for Bandai Toei to celebrate, hey, this is the 50th Super Sentai season, okay?
I really want to believe that it's something with bullshit because of Don Brothers or Zenkaiger.
All right, it is not Don Brother and Zen. I want to take you back to the good old year of 2000, 2018. Okay, I'm gonna post. This is the poster for for that season. All right, this is Keisatsu Sentai Power Ranger versus
Oh, fuck
Lupin
off, fuck
Taiko
off, fuck off,
Sentai
fuck off,
Lupin
fuck off,
Ranger.
fuck
All
off,
right,
fuck off, fuck
this
off,
is
fuck off.
ACAT versus people who rob
Yes, I know,
Travis Kelsey's house.
I know. As much as I hate all this shit and say that I don't like it, which is true, I fucking hate that being a. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. That's such a bullshit cop out.
So this is yep. So I'm
That's
you're doing the math
okay.
now.
Hold on. That's like saying that, like, there are there are two protagonist Kamen Riders in. It's not even. That doesn't even make sense because that's more true. It's more accurate to say that there are two protagonist Kamen Riders in Double, right? In Shotaro and Philip, than to say that with Lupin Ranger. That's so fucking dumb. So fucking.
All right. So I guess Lupin. I'm sorry. Gozyuger is the 50th Sentai in terms of Sentai teams. Okay, right? Because Power Ranger is considered the 42nd and Lupin Ranger is considered the 43rd. Even though this is technically, by Toei Bandai's definition, the 42nd season. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So here's the problem with that. All right. So as you said, this is a cop out, right? Toei Bandai is doing a cop out for this. So I'm just gonna post you some toy product from Zenkaiger, all right? So here is their year's gear real quick. Let me quickly post you. Let me post you the stupid little trick. I want to try to see if you can notice something about these trinkets, right? I want to see if you can pick up on something right here, right?
I've already seen these trinkets, and
yeah,
at least I think I've seen.
Yeah, but don't look at the trinkets. Just but look at some other aspect of the trinkets, right? Something is sticking up to you, right? With this, right?
Well,
they both shared the number 42, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So Bandai is copping out. So to justify this is I don't know why they're even doing this right now, right? Why they're want to make this the 50th year for Sentai, right? There's actually no importance or relevance, right? They could have just waited another year or two, all right? But so the producer, the guy who's in charge for Sentai, has gone on record saying that, yeah, Power Ranger, Lupin Ranger fucked us up real bad, right? So before they used to consider, or up until Gozyuger, right? They considered Power Ranger and Lupin Ranger as one season, as one Sentai team, right? They both shared the moniker of 42, right? Yeah. And everyone was like, right? Because that was the thing when Lupin Ranger first aired in TV back in the days. Like people were really confused. Like, hey, how is this gonna work? Is one of them the real Sentai team? The other one's the fake Sentai team? Or something like that. Like, or are they both considered different teams? But no, back then when they showed their Bandai was like totally was like, no, they're both 42. It doesn't make sense, but they were both the 42nd team. Okay. All right, and everyone was like, all right, sure, why not? Well, we'll go along with it, right? And so for the last 10 years, we have been accepting that fact. So the producer of this year has got a record saying, yeah, man, we fucked up with that. Now we're changing it. We have altered the deal, right? Lupin Ranger, Power Ranger's now 42nd, Lupin Ranger 43rd, so literally retroactively, any stupid trinkets, any stupid thing you said where that has been numbered is completely incorrect now at this point, right? It is just wrong.
Cool.
They have gone just to retcon the entire show because of this season, just to justify Gozyuger as the 50th season, and I fucking hate that shit so much.
Yeah.
It is actually annoying how they just this is how they just want to justify 50 season because I guess they didn't want to wait like another year or two, right, to actually celebrate the series actual 50th anniversary. That means what the fuck is gonna happen in 2 years from now when is the series actual 50th anniversary? Are we just gonna ignore that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the background on why Gozyuger is the 50th Sentai season. Even though it is only being the 50th by a technicality, right? It is. It's like you're like, you're not really the 50th, but right? But we're gonna give it to her the technicality, right?
Yeah.
And I fucking hate it. But so that is the background on Gozyuger. So hey, we can now actually talk about this show. And hey, this show is just straight up Shaolin Showdown, based on what I can tell from
Oh, good.
from
That's
the
what
press
that
run.
is. I was gonna be more generous and say that it seemed like they were trying to do some kind of DGP like
Boy,
sort
you
of
would think
thing.
they would already double dip back into the battle royale thing like that, right away, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they could have, right? Hey, look,
They could.
I mean,
I didn't.
look. This was also, to be fair, Sentai has also made Dinosaur like 3 times within a 10-year span, and everyone hated that shit too. So,
Yeah.
right? But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Rightfully.
yeah, so as far as I can tell, Gozyuger is supposed to like some weird Shaolin Showdown. Hey, for the honest, hey man, you don't know what Shaolin Showdown. Hey man, those 3 seasons were great until it went to Canada and got ruined by the Canadians. Right? Right? We had to impose tariff on Canada for ruining
I
Shaolin
mean,
Showdown.
yeah. Boy, that was a real. It was a real thing, and then it got all over the place. Uh, but
Right?
okay, so why does this? Why is okay? So what I'm trying to so the whole point of this is they're trying to collect the past season's rings in order
Yep.
to get their Dragon Ball wish granted.
Yeah, so they've already used this plot device, right? With Gokaiger, when all
Right.
the Sentai team fought in the big war, and they're like, all right, everyone, let's just use up our energy to right. So now it is somewhat the exact same concept, but it's not, right? Because in Gokaiger, right, they already got at the beginning of the show, they already got all the Sentai team, and they were just fucking around with it, right? Like they could have given them back to the original Sentai team member, but they're like, nah, we're keeping this shit. Fuck you,
Yeah.
it's our powers now, right? But they're using that basement now instead of. So now so this season, from what I can tell, they're going around collecting the Sentai, all the previous Sentai, because there was a big. Once again, going back to hey, look, the best way to start any anniversary season to turn is just a war, just throw a war in there, right? Justify some cool battle,
Yeah.
some battle scene.
So once again, going back to really, people have no right to complain about the MCU. I saw this episode 0. I saw this
Yep.
preview, and I still feel like,
Yep.
okay, cool. So long ago, all the all the Megazords fought, and then all the Megazords died, and now there's just the uh, the Tega sword, which is not a Tenga egg, which is a very different thing that is used for very different reasons, but still involves hands.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So folks, so right now is this a scene where they're going around fighting people for the Sentai powers, right? Right. So so when you go around shout, so pretty much So based on the episode 0, right, which I thought was actually like an actual episode 0, like that they actually do.
Nope, it's just
But
an
no, it's just like
expanded.
it's a CGI cutscene. It's a video game cutscene,
Which
right?
I also
It's just there.
I find it hard to believe that they won't just include that One Piece style at the beginning of the first like.
Oh,
20 episodes.
they're gonna man. I have to assume they're gonna tax. They're gonna try to get that tax return on that cutscene, and that is gonna be the opening of. They're gonna play that thing multiple times within the show.
That is the Gold Roger was once a great pirate who.
Right, like they spent a lot of money on that fucking cutscene. Like that cutscene, actually looks really good. In compared to like actual like. Right, if you compare it to like actual main episode Sentai CGI fight, this thing actually they spent money on lighting.
Again,
that's how you can tell.
That's why I'm saying that. Yeah, sure. When in comparison to that, when that is the standard, because again, boy, it's so rough to watch. I like, here's part of my issue with the issue with Sentai before was that, like, the characters in it tend to skew more on the wacky and like, yeah, Sentai is usually like geared towards kids, a younger audience, which is that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I just don't I don't need a goofy like talking owl or some shit like in my series. And the Kamen Rider series that have done similar things, I've all similarly disliked. But now in Reiwa, I have a new complaint, which is, holy fucking shit, this CGI looks like dog ass. And we seem to have perpetually been stuck in that era for the rest of time.
Look, the Japanese children who watches these shows are not gonna complain. They're just gonna think it's cool enough, right? They're not, right?
Sure.
They're not gonna overanalyze these CGI cuts, right? They're not gonna go in the playground and say, hey, David-san, right? Did you see that? What were your thoughts about the CGI Megazord fight in this week's episode, right?
Yeah, there's something that could be, I'm sure there's some artistic thing that could be said about this look like we're lowering the quality of shit for children, but as a great basketball player said, fuck them kids.
All right, yeah, because look, these shows are still produced on a budget, right? Just because they might have more budget than something like Power Rangers, right? They're still produced. They still have a budget that they follow every season, right? Right, to the point where they're forced to like, oh man, can we just repaint this armor bit and call him a new Kamen Rider,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, look, hey, that is a thing that happens, and I can totally accept that.
Mm-hmm. But so from what I can tell, based on the press release for the show, this shit is like a little Dragon Ball. We gotta find a Dragon Ball every week, type of deal. Except there's 48 rings that we have to go around and fucking look for, right? Like, right for this, according to the press release, right?
Yeah.
So also the worst part, based on the press, like it's not even. So the rings allows you to transform into the past Sentai Rangers, right?
Yeah.
But according to you can only transform into the red Sentai Ranger. It's not like with Go Kaiger, where they each have like
so
every
all
single
five of them,
key.
well, okay, so because they're the number one Sentai. So, okay, sure, fine. Sure, I guess, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it like that? What is this? What, they lost all the other suits? What's going on? Okay, so
I don't know what's going on, right? Because if you think about it, right? Because with fucking was it Zen? Was it Zen? No, with Dawn Brothers, right? They transform into other team members,
right?
Right. So I don't know what. I guess they did not want to double dip again, even though they're already at this point they're just triple dipping.
Yeah. So
right. Well,
okay, so what do the bad guys do? Because now there's
Right, no, they're fighting for the Sentai rings. Like the Sentai rings they're literally shouting. I was a game.
Okay,
every week,
so are the five on the same? Are the five Rangers working together, or are they fighting against each other?
Yes.
And so they're working together to get them and fighting against the bad guys.
Yeah, right. The bad guys want the rings, but they want the rings before the bad guys get them. Right? Because apparently the rings, from what I can tell, the rings embody the power of past Sentai teams. Right? Oh boy, hey, look, we gotta get the in space ring, so we become the in space ranger, right? We gotta stop them from getting the in space ring or something,
So
right?
Yeah. Also, that means that so instead of it being like Dawn Brothers, where like everyone gets their own disc and then turns into their respective color from the same disc, there's only one ring, and you either and at any given time there can only be one person transformed into that Red Ranger.
Yes, from what I can tell, that is what is going on. There is no hey look, just like listen, they get the in space ring and someone uses and then everyone transfers into the in space team, right? No. Hey, look, if you get the In Space ring, you can only transform into the In Space red. If you get the Mighty Morphin ring, you can. Hey, look, I know. Look, I'm not should be using their Japanese if I'm not gonna go. It's.
Yeah,
I'm not dealing
don't,
with that
please
right
God,
now.
don't.
Look,
Yeah.
if you look, you already know what the fuck their Japanese name is just by me mentioning the Power Rangers name. I'm not gonna go through that effort, right? It's just more words for me to deal with. But yeah, so so if someone gets the In Space ring, only that person transfers to In Space Red. And then if like I don't know, like the Blue Ranger then takes the Mighty Morphin ring, he transfers into the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger, right? Yeah, so that is what I can tell is going, and the enemies want that, so they want to build their own armies of Red Rangers. Like I said, right? They're trying to build an army like oh boy, who's gonna get their army of Sentai of like Red Rangers first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is what's going on, right?
So
So that is the basic plot of the show,
okay, cool.
right? Mm-hmm. I just want to say, hey, I think the suits, right, moving forward, I think the suits for this season actually look very good. I think they're extremely stylized. I think this is like probably like one of the better looking suits that have come out in recent years for Sentai.
Let me say this. I looked at the suits as well, and can you guess what my one complaint would be about it?
Is it the big womb hole on their chest?
No. That's I wasn't even thinking about that. It's the same complaint I had about Boom Booger.
The tracksuits?
Big dumb fucking shoes. Big dumb just sneakers. They're just wearing fucking.
Because they're animals, right? Oh, right, look, they got, they're stupid little animal rangers, right? So they got. In comparison, I don't think these are as obnoxious as the Von Boonger's suit, right? Or at least their shoes is, because the Von Boonger's shoes were just straight up shoes, We just got, we got some Jordans, and we just spray painted them, right? And then boom, that's their suit, right? At least these are actually hey, these look cool enough where you're like, all right, it's not as obnoxious, right? Because I don't like the Von Boonger suit, right? I think those suits are very monocolorly lazy. For me, right? I'm not a fan, but at least these are stylized.
Yeah, there's effort put into these. It just feels like that effort drops off.
There's actual characters,
Like it just drops off at the shoes is my problem. Like they just left it like.
Look, just don't look at their feet. Just look. Just like I do, right? When I go in, I just ignore feet. Right? Just don't look at just don't look at people's feet. I look. Stop panning to their feet, camera. Why are you doing this? Is very weird. Right? Yeah, but yeah, I think suit-wise, I think the suits are very good this season. I am liking the suits, right? The suits look very cool, right? Hey, we have a pink ranger. I'm sorry, we have a female black ranger for the first time in the show's history. Right? Hey, look, you know what they say about Japan. It only takes them 49 years, right, to be progressive, right?
Yeah, having a black ranger. I mean, a black colored ranger. I mean,
Right? Yeah. All right. I want to get to the characters. Boy, I don't know who was in charge of the fucking press of their promotional photos, but these characters look like they want to kill me.
I mean, right? Some of them.
These press photos, right, are literal Donald Trump second term headshot vibes, right?
I mean,
especially when you watch it compared to the actual footage of the trailer, these characters, they have so much dark eyeliner on them, right? They're so dead.
Are you talking about the group shot or the individual ones?
The individual character from the press release, right? They all look so dark and muted for some, but when you actually compare them to the actual footage, right? They don't look that dark and muted. If you look at all their all the Rangers like solo photos, right? Especially with the Red Ranger, that guy looks so fucking dead. He looks so fucking depressed. He's like, oh yeah, I wanna fucking die, right?
Yeah, I mean,
in comparison,
based off of the preview, the Red Ranger's going through some shit. He's some kind of vagabond, just struggling at any part-time job.
Yeah. Right. Red Ranger's fine. Like I said, I don't like any of the press. All the press for it gives me off oh boy, I don't trust these people vibes, right?
Yeah.
The Blue Rangers used to be an idol or something.
He's a former idol. There's a
look, he got caught in that Japanese idol industry. You know, ooh,
Yeah.
hey, that's dangerous. You know, yeah, look, he escaped. Hey, at least he escaped from the Japanese idol industry. You know, right?
Yeah.
Then we have the Yellow Ranger.
The Yellow Ranger is a follower of the sword, which he's studied the blade, except I don't know why he's... what they're establishing with... what they even mean by him being a follower of the sword. Is there a religion around the sword? Does everyone know about the sword? How long has he had this sword? How is this his entire...
Right, is he from this universe? Right, or is he like... Right, so they haven't established where the fuck the Tenga sword comes from, right? And there's like some weird like multi-dimensional sword being, right? That travels across the universe. I don't understand what is this? Like, is he supposed to be like a guy from another universe that came to our Earth and be like, hey, you guys want to be Rangers? I'll give you fucking swords, you know, right? Yeah. You guys want to be hey, I'll be the Yellow Ranger, right? You know, right? Even though I'm the one that's giving you guys the power, right?
Yeah. It just feels like is the implication that he's had the sword longer than anyone else and he's actually knows what the fuck is up?
Yeah, is he supposed to be our stand-in for the show to be like, hey, I'll explain to you guys what the fuck is going on, you know, right? He's definitely the other one. Also, I fucking hate this. Hey, boy, hey, so I said, not only do these press release gives me all bad vibes and all that, but I just don't like this Green Ranger. This Green Ranger looks like that guy that will actually say actually to you, unironically.
Oh, the high school
he looks
kid?
like that type of, yeah. I fucking hate this. This guy gives me such a smug aura, you know, right? I fucking hate him. And then the Black Ranger.
As
she's
a detective.
Former cop.
Everyone.
Yeah, but now she's a high class detective, which
sure.
I guess
that means that she only.
I guess she already takes requests from the rich people. You know, like hey, where all my hey, can you find out where all my gardeners are? You know, right? I scheduled them to show up this Monday, but they didn't show up this Monday. Can you find out where they gone? You know, right?
Yeah.
Well, what about all my gardeners? You know, right? Well, what's going on? I already paid them and everything, but then they disappeared, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So hey, I want to talk about the season's pension device. So the difference are the Tenga sword, right? Which, by the way, not a sword. They're not swords. Yeah. They are just like a giant.
It's a gauntlet with a dagger on it.
Yeah. Right. They're barely swords. So what I can tell with the way that the toy for this season, right, is that so every Ranger has the Tenga sword, but it is this is supposed to be a multi-purpose device.
Yeah.
Right. Where it is not only is it the Morpher, it is the Megazord.
I was about to say it's also the Zord, and the rings are the head of the respective Zord.
Right. So every Ranger has the Tenga sword, right? Which is, by the way, it is a claw with a blade on it. It is not even an actual wieldable sword. Every Ranger has these fucking big meaty claws on them.
Yeah.
Right. So all the swords transform into. So what I can tell based on the toy photos is that all the swords transforms into the base robot. You know, right? But you can buy their individual robot parts to make the actual Megazord, right? So you buy like all the stupid like little accessory bits for them to create like the Green Ranger's Zord or the Blue Ranger's Zord, and that's how you get their actual team weapon. Because from what I can tell, you can actually transform the claw things into like their actual individualized weapon. Because I think like the Blue Ranger gets like a hammer or some shit, right? Right, and the Pink Ranger gets like a little stinger bow.
Sure.
Right, like yeah. So I think that's cool. Hey, would I like these to be actual swords? Yeah, probably. It would have made way more sense for it to be actual swords. If you're gonna call these Tenga swords.
King Ogre, so they can't do it again.
Yeah, I guess they realized. Oh, we can't do that again. We can't double dip. You know that would be a crime. You know, right? We'll, right? Well, we're better than this. You know, right? Sure. Right. But yeah, Tenga swords, I'm vibing with. I like the Tenga sword concept. I just don't like the fact that they're just like these big meaty claws that they wield.
They're just big hunks of plastic that go on. That's
not a sword. You know, you can't get right. I guess they don't want to call them Tenga claws. You know, right?
I don't know why.
I guess that doesn't sound as cool to the Japanese kids watching like Tenga Prick. Oh, mom, dad. Oh, can you go buy me the Tenga claws? You know, right? I guess that doesn't sound cool enough, right?
Oh, Tega Claus, my favorite Christmas character, Tega Claus.
Right, but yeah, but if you actually look at like the, oh, hold on, let me get a, boop, 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 boop. Let me get like a photo of one of them. Like if you actually look at like the individual bits that they have, I think the way that these things work is actually pretty cool.
I mean,
When
it's
you
smart
buy
that
like,
yeah, it's smart to like give it a 2-in-1. You're getting so long as I guess it doesn't hurt the quality of either like purpose like item, either either the transformation device or the Zord. Like so long as it doesn't hurt that, and it looks like they come out pretty well. You know,
yeah,
hey,
everybody actually put a lot of thoughts into how like these things are designed to work, which I think is actually pretty cool with how it's done, right? Like you just buy like the base, you buy like the base, and then you tell your mom, hey, I like the Blue Ranger. Can you go buy me the Blue Ranger box? Like it's like his stupid little bits,
it
right?
does also though beg the question when it comes to Zord stuff, are they going? Is there going to be a combination thing? Because at this point, it's
Oh my
still
god,
just
I'm
one.
really glad you brought that up. They
Yeah,
have not announced that shit. They've only said, hey, these things can transfer into their own individual Zord, which is not a new thing in Sentai, right?
right.
Not a new thing for Megazord, right? We've had seasons where the Zords are transferred to like their individual like little humanoid robot form, right? Like with the Alien Rangers, right? Right, where they're all like there's like their own little ninja robots
Yeah.
before they combine to form like the actual big Megazord, right? For some reason, they have not shown off if this thing can actually how the how like the actual transform like all five of them like wait by our power combined, right? Put and we've got to put our ring to form the circle to form the actual. They have not shown that off yet, which I think is I don't know what they're hiding. I don't know if they're like oh boy man, hey we still haven't figured that out yet, right? Right. Right, so I don't know what's going on with that, but they have not shown off, right? But I think what is it? But they have shown off. I believe like one of the Bandai video they have shown off that the Blue Ranger Zord transforms into a fist. All right, so
Okay.
sure. So there is so these five. That means you have to buy. By the way, you have to buy five of these fucking things now because of that shit.
Right. If you want to collect them all, you're gonna have
Yeah,
to.
like
Yeah.
yeah, you actually have to buy all. You have to buy five Tenga swords if you actually want to combine this. As far as I'm aware, to combine these things to form the fucking Megazord, right? Because I don't think you buy like the bits and then you combine and then you just smash all the bits together on one Tenga sword, right? To form to make a Megazord. I think you have to buy five Tenga swords and then get five bits, put the bits onto each respective Tenga sword and then smash that thing, and then you go, hey, here's a giant robot for you, right, right. But we do know that the Blue Ranger Zord forms the fist, so there you go. So one solved, right? We gotta figure out.
Sure.
We got. We gotta put we gotta do the math to figure out how to fuck the other the other one does it, right?
Right.
All right. The villains they're just villains. I don't think there's anything interesting
Uh,
about them.
they're called. So okay. So I did my more maybe due diligence than I needed to, and I actually looked at what the fuck everything is called. No One World? Not,
Yeah.
not Number One World. No One World.
Yeah. Right, no, because they're no one. While Gozyuger are number one, That's how you know that they're opposites, right? Right? It's that Japanese play on American word,
It's
right?
a bad
Like,
play.
ooh.
It's a bad play.
Oh.
This,
Oh no,
this
man,
is-
no, look, hey, look, the Japanese aren't gonna realize that. Don't think, wow, that is so smart. Wow, like the guy at the bad ops. Oh man, we cooked with this. Oh my god, this is so fucking
If
genius.
this is a play, then it's fucking Spider-Man the musical.
Right? Man, this is genius, Right? This is no one, not number one, Right? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So
Yeah. So you were saying you did your due
yeah,
diligence.
so there's no one thing, but then there also the Bryden thing. What is there gonna be a bit on like marriage in this, or is this just like a happens to be? Because it looked like they were trying to insinuate that there's gonna be like some of the characters are like married or what like there's a 2-in-1 body character, two-headed character. I don't know what any like the personalities on these villains seem all over the place.
Right, so they haven't revealed. So besides, like, we only know like the staff, right? Like, we haven't seen what the Grand U, right? What the Monster of the Week, type of deal is yet. So from what I can tell, is that every Monster of the Week is like some weird corrupt analog to whatever respective Sentai team that they're gonna be fighting every week. Because in the trailer you see like this treasure hunting Monster of the Week, right? Like that's supposed to be like an analog, right? Like this is a reference to the Sentai season to Bokenger, where they were treasure hunters, right?
Right.
So I think like every week is like we're gonna have like the Monster of the Week be like something like, oh hey man, my entire personality is being in space, you know. Boy, what ring am I gonna fucking go after this week, you know, right?
Yeah.
If I
Sure wonder.
I mean, is that a ring based on rescuing people? Fuck that. I don't want that. I don't. What the fuck am I gonna do with a ring about rescuing people? Like the emergency service. I don't know what the fuck they do with that. You know,
Yeah,
right?
Fuck the police. ACAB.
Yeah. So that is so based on what I can tell from like the trailers and like the subtle trailers, right? That is what's supposed to be our Monster of the Week is for this, which I think is like, all right. I mean, but they have already done that already. Where I know they have done that multiple times where the monster for these fucking anniversaries. This is the third time they have done this now where the Monster of the Week is a fucking weird corrupt analog of past Sentai team. This is
Right,
once again
I hate to say it, but I have enough of a cursed memory of fucking goddamn Dawn Brothers, and it's
look, but you know what? Hey, look, Toei Res. Hey, look, they love it. You know, they love it when the Monster of the Week is like some weird corrupt analog of past Sentai teams. You know, we'll just do it again. You know, right? Right, the Japanese children love it when we do that. But yeah, so that is our Monster of the Week. You know, right?
Yeah.
That's our Evo team. They also want these Sentai. By the way, so there's like no. I still don't understand what is the purpose of them getting the Sentai teams, besides of like they just want to be number one. Right, I think that is like right. It's not like in Gokaiger, right, where the crux of the show was like, hey, if you get all the Sentai, you unlock the Dragon Balls, right?
That's what I was gonna say. So, once you brought up the Shaolin Showdown comparison, I'm trying to remember what they got if they collected all the. Wasn't it just like they got like a super armor and could rule the world or something?
I think they were just collecting weapons of mass destruction. That was it, right? I think it sounded like it's just like who can build the better weapon cache. Like who can build their stash of weapons before the villains can, right?
There was like an end result thing because like eventually they revived the little ghost spirit and she came back to life, and she was a real person and she was hot and it was like this is awakening something.
Right, basically, like, as I'm reading the press, like, the press does not state what the fuck they're collecting the rings for, other than the fact that, hey, we want these rings, right? So I still don't know what is, like, the actual crux of, like, why are they actually getting the rings, other than the fact that, hey, I'm just gonna be number one. Number one of what, right? Like, number one of ring collecting?
Number one at the game,
right,
man.
You know? Right, so I'm still not, so they still not perfectly explain why the fuck they need to collect Sentai rings, other than the fact, hey man, these cool trickers are so fucking cool, you know, right? Hey, fucking look, Kamen Rider did it, Ultraman has done it. Now it's Sentai's turn to have a ring as a collectible gimmick, right?
Yeah.
Right, but so that is based on what I can tell, the plot of the show, right?
Yeah.
The show's kind of losing me right now. I'm not convinced on this show's plot, you know. Right, it's really like it's really Shaolin Showdown, right? I'm like like what's the end goal, you know, other than the fact that hey, we just want to collect the rings before the enemy collect the rings, you know, right? So they have not announced like with like other anniversary Sentai Kamen Rider show if any past actors or anything are gonna make like cameo guest appearance like in Zio, you know, where
because they have to do these fucking rings with the Red Ranger would seem.
I mean, like we've seen the Red Ranger suits, right? The monsters becoming other than that, that doesn't mean it has a confirmation that respective actor is gonna show up.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah. So so I don't know. So is this gonna be like another anniversary where Zenkaiser, Dawn Brothers, where there was an anniversary season, but no, it was like it's like we're very doing the word anniversary is being really loose in this season. It's not a ZO anniversary or a or like a right. It's for what I feel. This is just like this is a Revice style of anniversary
Yeah,
where
where
hey,
it's
here's a callback to
referencing.
all the
Yeah.
past, right? Right, but we're not actually gonna get any of the other actors except in weird spin-off media that we're releasing on the Toei Tokusatsu fan club and
Right.
calling it a day. You
Yeah.
know, right? That's as far we're gonna right. But yeah. But all right, yeah. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about Gozyuger, right? Like the only thing I like so far about the show is the suits, unironically, right? Like this, the plot's losing me for a little bit. I'm like, I guess I have to watch it. Maybe they'll explain. You know, maybe I really do need like the Gold Roger explanation at the beginning of every episode, just so I can really actually know what the fuck is going within the show, right?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, well, Tariq. All right, so hey, that's it. So if I time this up correct, hey, next week, join you and me as we spend the next year watching Gozyuger. You
No, you
know.
made me a promise, Austin. You made me a promise. I'm not going. I'm not. You can't drag me into this. You can't drag me back into hell. I refuse.
All right, all right. That's this discussion video. All right, Kate. Thanks. Bye.